Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a slightly different video. I was tagged to do this by my friend Emily Davison, who is also here on YouTube, and I will add her links in the description bar and her video. So basically the charity Scope are trying to do a new campaign called End the Awkward, and basically it's trying to, well, I've got the website up here, it says we're back and this year we want to change more attitudes around disability. And basically, I'm going to be talking about my awkward moments as being disabled. For anyone who didn't know, I'm actually classed as disabled because I am half deaf, I have partial sight, and also I have cancer. So when I'm being treated, when I'm on chemotherapy, I tend to get very tired, and I have the disabled badge so that it makes it easier to park so I don't have to walk as long. So I just want to just make a disclaimer, basically saying, sorry if I offend anybody, I'm not trying to offend anybody. That is not my intention at all in this video. Okay, so my number one moment, I would say, which I can think of right now, which was the most awkward conversation. When I was having my radiotherapy and I got told that I was going to lose my hair, I was obviously devastated. Basically, my mum and I were speaking to somebody at the hospital, and I was obviously talking about what I'm going to do, like how can I deal with losing my hair, to which somebody said to me, you know, people have got it a lot worse off than you. People are in this hospital for weeks. Sorry? What? First of all, I know people have got it worse off than me, but second of all, I've just been told that I'm going to lose my hair from my cancer treatment. When it was actually said, I did not say anything because I was just like, what? And after the conversation had finished, my mum and I were speaking afterwards, I was like, did you hear what they said? And she was like, yes, how out of order and how ridiculous can you be? And unprofessional as well. My second awkward moment was basically I was queuing for the bus, as you do. I was in front of an elderly woman. I had been queuing for longer anyway, so, you know. As I was, about to get on the bus, she came along with her Zimmer frame and, pushed me with her Zimmer frame, as if to say, like, excuse me, you don't look like you need to get on the bus before me, so please, can you, move? I didn't say anything because there wasn't anything that I could say, but it was extremely awkward. This isn't really like an awkward moment, but this is something that is to do with the sort of campaign which I think can fit into this category. And this is basically what it was like when I was bald, and how many stares I would get and that sort of thing. And compared to how I look now, I would just be in a public space like town. There was nobody that wouldn't look at my bald head. To be fair enough, I am very young, and that's very rare to, have somebody young with cancer. But, I mean, young or old, nobody should stare at somebody when they're clearly, not well, and you can see that they're probably feeling pretty, self-conscious and rubbish. And the last thing that they need on top of their plate is for people to be staring. The staring got so bad that people actually used to follow me around to see the back of my bald head. Another thing I wanted to mention, because this is quite interesting, on social media, I can post a photo of my cat and get 40 likes, and then I can post something about cancer or cancer awareness or about my journey, and it will literally get 5 likes. I'm not talking on Instagram, I'm talking on my Facebook. I don't really know why this is. I can't work it out. But it seems that people, not that they don't want to know about it, but they kind of want to, dig themselves in a hole and imagine that it's not there. I know that cancer is an extremely scary topic, but I don't see really why people should kind of ignore it. It's there, the same as there's a lot of things in the world that are there and you can't ignore it. Another point that I wanted to make, when I see people that I used to know, I'm not saying everybody, because not everybody is like this, but when I have seen people that I used to know, they will ignore me, and other times people have literally tried to get out of the situation. They've spotted me and then ran off. Okay, first point, you can't catch cancer. It's not like a cold. So I don't really understand why people try to avoid me. I know that my situation is very tough, and for other people it can be just as awkward for them to try and make conversation. But as I say a lot, a smile doesn't cost anything, and it is extremely frustrating when that happens. If you kind of were to ignore somebody who you know was ill, and you used to know, it's really, it just adds again to them feeling very left out and not normal, because before their illness all these people used to speak to them, but now they've got the illness, people don't want to know them and don't want to speak to them anymore. So I think that I've pretty much said what I wanted to say and shared a few of my experiences. I think this is a brilliant campaign by Scope, because it's something that people do shy away from when they don't want to know about illnesses or disabilities. It's not something to be awkward about. It's just everyday life. People have invisible disabilities, physical disabilities, all kind of disabilities, but it does not change them as a person. It doesn't make them any different from somebody who doesn't have a disability. I'm not saying this to everybody. I'm not saying that I'm a perfect person, but in general, we as people need to be more mindful of situations and be more sensitive and, kind of just be aware of these sort of things. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you, Emily, for tagging me to do this. I will leave her description in the down bar, and I will also leave her video down below as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!